I'm your girl Kia. Today I have a really empowering motivational video. I sat down with someone who was in a past gang affiliated member. If you ask why, I say why the hell not? If you know the person I am, all about educating others how you treat people, spreading positivity. I wanted to sit down with someone, a past gang affiliated member, to get answers to stuff that you guys have, questions you guys have, and things that I wanted to know. Nothing more about having more knowledge, having more wisdom on that topic. I was really awoke more than ever. I learned so much after the video. I want to thank Keith for sitting down with me and sharing your story and being so truthful. And in this video, we talked about what does it mean being in a gang, why people join gangs, and there's just so much we talked about. And this video is for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're in a gang or not. You will take something from this video. This video was literally, it was everything and more. I want you guys to take something from this video and let me know how you feel about it. In the description box below, there's Keith's information. You want to talk to him, contact him. If you want to be guests, if you want to be a love on my channel, please contact me. If you want to help me with any of my ideas, add me on my Instagram, everydaylifewk. I'm all about spreading positivity and love. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and remember, treat people how you would like to be treated. Hey loves, I have a really inspiring motivational video with the one and only
Keith Owens.
So tell them a little about what you do, your life.
Well, entrepreneur, own a clothing line, fatty girl, forklift driver, material handler, cut hair, number of things. I deal in a little bit of everything.
Okay, good. So we're here today to talk about gang affiliated. So when I bring that up to you, what comes to your mind?
Young got the lessons and they peers, and most of the time that's how gang affiliation start off. You and your friends in a certain neighborhood, or you familiar with the area, or these group of people you like, so you kind of like levitate to the culture. It's more like a culture, so you kind of levitate to the gang culture. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of be, your uncle might be, numbers of ways you could join. Your uncle or your parents might be one, or your friends, your peers. And
where you grew up, where you came from, what was it like, the environment? What was it like? Was it safe, or?
it was school, like me and my guys, we used to play football after school, baseball, and then one of the guys got into selling drugs, and that's how I initially got started with where I was at. You know?
Around where you were from, how young were they when they joined the gang?
12, 11, 12, 11, yeah.
Because a lot of people feel like people join gangs just for the drugs and, you know, if people are violent and stuff, but people join gangs for multiple reasons. They're your family, your brothers, you know, and when you started because of the drugs, but when you started it, you guys were like family, right?
Right.
Like y'all stuck together.
I mean, drug was one of the reasons, but mainly it's because your friends and the people that you hang with, like it's multiple ways to kind of initiate yourself to a game. But what introduced us to the life was because, like I said, we was playing football and the thing. What introduced us, one of the older guys introduced one of my friends to it, so it was it was kind of like easy for us to participate in. Once one of your peers start, like, yeah, exactly, one of your friends, a close one to you, it's easy for you to kind of like convert to it. So it's kind of easy for you to convert once a close one to you, like a friend or a brother.
And your family members and stuff, and it like just comes like naturally, basically.
Right.
So when you were in a gang, you got older and older, did anyone treat you any differently or looked at you any differently or judged you because you were in
Well, it got its perks. Like most people join because they might was getting picked on, or they see the power that come along with being the game. So the power that come along with being the game is like you got extra bodies. You ain't got to worry about no one picking with you.
Exactly.
You ain't got to worry about you kind of get a sense of entitlement and power. So you feel kind of like a little power. You first you feel powerless, but when you join the game, you feel a little power.
And they protected you and looked
Absolutely.
after you, you know.
Absolutely.
So there's like obviously became your brothers, and you find members to look after you.
Right.
So how did your family take it? Like, it was just something you used to do?
Yeah, well, I was with my granny, so she really didn't kind of know. So it was easy for me to hide it by saying it's my friends, or when I bought lavish things because I was on the block. It was easy for me to say my friend gave it to me. So she couldn't really differentiate the two between me having friends and me actually being in the game. Like Chicago game members, they don't go by colors. Even though they have colors, they go more about which way you wear your hat and things of that nature. Yeah, so they don't go like California games and all that, like you got on blue, red, and all that. Yeah, no, they more go about hand signs and the way you wear your hat. So they don't go by, oh, he got on red. See, I was a gangster disciple, but I loved the red. All colors was black and blue, but your friends ain't gonna tell you can't wear red. So it didn't go by colors. It was more about the hand and the way you wore your hat.
Yeah. So I would say gangs back in the day, when you were little and to now, is it the same thing? Or is it the same?
It's not the same. It more right now. It's like, well, I'm gonna say when I was in it, it was culture. You had ranking members that kind of like called the shots, and they kind of like went down and down. Like just say you could start from a governor, which he have the whole side of the city, and then you'll have a region which he governed the block that he owned, in which I climbed to that level. And then you got assistant region, then you got the coordinator, the first seat, the second seat. The first one is the coordinator, the next one is the coordinator assistant, and then chief of security.
Well, that's pretty cool to me. I didn't even know that there was like
it was
levels.
structured. Yeah, it's structured. It's structured where it was, but nowadays it's more like who got the money, or who is the more vicious, who is the one most intimidated.
Yeah.
So it's more like who the most intimidated now. So they really ain't got no structure. Right. So they ain't got structure these days. It's just go off who got the money, the bigger the bigger name, and who is the more vicious. So whoever the vicious out the crew now is kind of like the one that call the shots.
Basically. So where do you think it went wrong, where it changed from you growing up to it now?
I know where it went. I think it was the beginning in the late 90s. They started getting the real chiefs, the ones that called it for everything. You know, the ones that structured it, was the leader of the gangs in the city. They started taking them, and once they started taking them, they took the head and the body died. And that's just the thing people used to say. Saying that is to say, once you ain't got no head, the body gonna do whatever. It's not gonna function right. So once they start taking the gang chiefs and the structure, then that's when it became mayhem, real mayhem. Like, people know it was structured. Like it used to be, you couldn't just shoot nobody without permission. You needed permission. So now it's not like that.
Yeah, so now it's no structure now. So that's why it's so violent and it's so messy. I wonder, like, do you think there's a way that we can get back to how it was, or do you think it's just too chaotic and people just want too much power that they don't even?
No, I mean, it's the drugs, and one, I think that a lot of older and ex-gang members feel defeated. They feel like they can't talk to the young ones because they don't want to listen now. They don't, it ain't no structure. Well, like when I was in it, if you didn't listen to what another person said, you got fucked up, you got messed up, you got beat up, you got a violation. That's what it was called. You got a violation. So it was like the moves that you did had to be authorized. If it wasn't, then you got dealt with. That's another term used, dealt with, violation of that nature. You get beat up. Nowadays, there's no repercussion for your action. So like if you do something, you really ain't got to worry about nothing really happening to you. So yeah.
When, as the world now, when people talk about people being in gangs, is there anything positive about it, or is it just all negative?
Well, gangs do positive things. Like one thing that people like misunderstand, like gang members don't just go mess with random people. Normally it'd be an adversary, someone that they already have conflict with. They don't normally just mess with a citizen. They don't normally just mess with somebody that's not a part of the life, as they call it. They don't just mess with innocent people. But it's farther out of hand because now there's no restriction. Like normally people that mess with the mothers, people that mess with the elders, but now it's no holds barred. It's like it's no break. So it's just, once it go out of hand, it's no stop. Right, it's no coming back from it.
Do you think the social media has anything to do with that, like the news and stuff, and the movies as well? Because when you watch movies, you would see they randomly go up and just kill. You know what I'm saying? Like over. I can't think of the word, but
the thing is nowadays a lot of people, they've been raised by their moms. They have no real male role model to show them how to really be a man, have that masculine energy. You basically get taught by rappers, social media, movies. You trying to portray the image of the toughest guy in the movie, or you listen to a rapper and he telling you to do Molly, do drug, and he kind of giving you things to kind of imitate or to act, and you pick up that persona, you pick up that trade. It's kind of like a facade. You know, I really do believe, like, it's times that when we used to gang bang and we beating up people, I knew it was different for me because I'm here with my peers and I'm acting excited, but in my heart I was devastated. Like I was hoping that we didn't take it to the extreme. You know what I'm saying? So on one half, I'm acting like, this was, we fucking them up. But at the same time, the capacity of my heart was saying, I hope we don't kill them. You know what I'm saying? And I think now the youth today, they be on drugs and stuff, so they don't care about their limitation. There's no limitation.
When you look back, would you do anything differently? Like, would you not, Dwayne?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because I realized that it's a false family. It's not real. Half of the guys that you participate in these activities, they really don't like you. They really ain't gonna protect you. For example, you get incarcerated, they be the first one to try to holler at your girlfriend. They don't send money to your books. They don't send money. 9 out of 10, when you get incarcerated, it be your mother, your loved ones that was trying to keep you from out of it, be the one that's supporting you. It don't be your gang members.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy because when I watched the Locked Up series and stuff on Netflix, and they were not like, they did not want to snitch because obviously there would be repercussions. But they think that their guys will have their back, but really
no, they don't. They be the first. You know what I'm saying? It's really every man for themselves. But you got a false familyhood. It's false. It's not real.
It's not real.
You thinking that they got your back 100%, but they don't. They just wait for the opportunity. Like, just say, if you the one that's making a little money, you got nice cars, the same guys that's on your block calling you your brother will stick you up. The same guys that you think your friend, when you get incarcerated, they'll buy your kids some Pampers so they can sleep with your girl. So it's a no holds barred. Really, once you think about it, it's like it's a false familyhood. It's not real. It's not real. But the way all society is, we believe we want that. We don't care that. Half of the people know that the people that they hang with don't really like them, but they still love that the power of being a part of something. They still love the power of being part of something.
Wow, I love that you said that, and to think of that as a different perspective, you know. And many people join gangs for multiple reasons. Some people were bullied or feel alone. They wanted to fit in, or just wanted to be included. You know what I'm saying? And then when you join the gang and stuff happens, your heart doesn't really want to be there. You don't really want to do, what they would want you to do. Right. But and then as you get older and you go to jail and you realize that the guys that were there for you weren't really. Right.
It was a false. It was a front. That's what they're called. It's a front. It's make believe. All this is not real, and it really started with the home, because you really probably feel like you ain't getting the love, and like you say, you probably was picked on and wanted somebody to assist you. So the pros and the cons to it is you got people that if you need to fight, they'll have you. You ain't got to worry. You ain't got to worry about nobody else picking with you without you being able to offend yourself. I mean, to protect yourself, because you got people that's gonna ride with you. Now, that's the pros to it. The con is they really not your friend. They really not your friend. So when stuff really get hectic for you and life really starting to go south for you, they ain't nowhere to be around. They saying, "Oh, we got you." They might put "Free my man" on social media. If you get killed, they might put "R.I.P." All my homie gone. But that's not going. That don't mean anything when you have a family. Like your mother, she have lost a child. Yeah. If you have a kid, they done lost a parent. So the T-shirt and "I love you" don't mean absolutely nothing. I think that once you check out or you weigh out the difference, it's worthless to join the gang. It's senseless, man, because you ain't being your own man anyway. And the truth of the matter is, once you start waking up to reality, you have to become that man anyway.
When did you realize, like, this was not for me? Like, I don't want.
I started having kids, and then I got incarcerated, and actually I got a good lady. She kind of transitioned out of the burbs. I was too foolish to make a calculated decision, so she kind of helped me with that. So once I did that and started being a productive citizen, you start seeing how dumb you was with that false entitlement and that false friendship. You start seeing that, oh man, I was so lost. So some people they catch it they themselves and just make that transition and quit hanging out as much. But for me, I had a good lady, and she kind of like winged me from being on the block. Because I'm gonna tell you one thing, that power and that the whole scene, it's addictive. It's like a drug.
Yeah.
It let off a chemical. It let off dopamine in you. It's kind of, it's no different from being intimate. It let off especially when you got power, it let off something in you, just like, you know what I'm saying? You feel untouchable. You feel invincible. So a lot of people, it's a drug. It's a drug.
And they can't get out.
Yeah. The rush is so hang with your guys, smoking, drinking filth. Girls, girls liking the bad guys, they coming, you making money. All this is a rush. It's a rush. Especially when you feel like you ahead of your game. It's a rush. It feels so powering.
So do you think if you never had met your wife that you would still?
I'd probably be dead, because I was kind of the guy that everybody come get. They knew that I was with the excuse my friend, I was with the shits. I was with the fuckery. I didn't have no problem with handling my business. I didn't have no problem. I didn't have no problem running up on nobody. I didn't have no problem if it had come down to it to let something off. I didn't have no problem with it. Everybody knew it. So I was kind of the go-getter. So yeah, I'd probably be dead or incarcerated for a longer period of time. So I'm thankful for her for that, because I already know. I done been shot already. I done got shot, then got cut. So yeah. Next time the next time I got shot, I probably wouldn't live. You know what I'm saying?
So she came at the exactly right time, and well, probably not the exactly right time, but she really woke you up and she got you to realize that wasn't the lifestyle that you should be in, Her love made me realize that the false familyhood that I was. So a lot of people be looking for that love, and she was so genuine, and she seen something in me that I ain't seen in myself. Another thing, once you affiliated and how the rest of society look at you, you feel hopeless. You feel like, okay, I'm a thug, ain't nobody gonna accept me. But once people start communicating with you and you start seeing different avenues, once you start seeing different avenues, most likely a smart person would take them. So that's what it was. Once I seen that where she was at, where she was trying to go, and how much faith she had in me that I didn't have myself, then I knew that was time. It was time for me to leave it alone. You guys they're a power couple, like for real, like king and queen, like goals, relationship goals, for real. But did you ever sit down, have a talk with your kids about that lifestyle, or?
Absolutely, all the time. I kind of run my house like that. So what I mean is, we have meetings. When I was in it, gang had meetings. And me and my queen, we the leader, but we go at it in a different perspective. This not the lane, and we not gang members. This our kingdom. I'm the king, she the queen, and we gonna run it according to how we want to run it. So yeah, and then I talk to them, because I be trying to let them know the false stuff. Oh man, you can get lured in so easy. The whole facade of your guys, and we kicking it and we smoking, that lure you in, and it's not that. What end up happening is it take away a lot of opportunities from you, and then you get incarcerated, or unfortunately you get killed, and that's when it's too late. But you start playing catch up. So that's what I had to do. So now everybody else, I've been incarcerated, everybody else is evolving. Society is suddenly moving forward. And when you come home, it's kind of like, you don't know what's going on.
Different,
you don't know
it's not the same.
It's not the same, right. everything then transition, and you playing catch up, and that's exactly what happened. The money that you get from selling drugs, it don't last. It don't last. You get, you know what I'm saying? The little girls and all that, the cars, it don't last, and it's a false. You once you find true love, or you exit the thing that they call the gang, you start seeing the falseness of what it is. You start seeing that it was fraudulent. So you start seeing it.
Do you think that there's some people who can never like leave because they're just so much into it, they just don't want to, and they're just like stuck? And
it's addictive, man. Like I say, the rush is no other. You just think about it, man. Like this, the best way to describe it is a girl that was an ugly duckling, and she never got no attention, and order, man, and then his popularity grow because he get on the football team, or she become a cheerleader, and the attention from that, when you at first you wasn't getting no attention, and then now you getting all the attention, and now you coming to the prom, and you could potentially be the prom king or queen. You know how the rush you feel off that, the excitement that you feel off that, you feel like, oh, like it can't get no high. It's a drug.
And you get that feeling every time you go out there and do something.
Every time you get that feeling like, oh, I'm on the block with my guys. This life. You know what I'm saying? You actually feel like this life. Like I can't see myself doing nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And then, like me now, it's kind of like, oh, this lame. Like staying in the house going to work, that's lame shit. So that's how people look at it, like, oh, this cat he ain't on nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when you could cheer, you rolling up, girls coming through, you got your gun on you. It's a rush, man. It's like no other. I can't. It's a drug, man.
And that's why it's so chaotic now, because it's such a rush, and it's just messy everywhere.
Exactly.
And there's no way that you could go back to how it was before, because it is too chaotic.
It's something that you have to grab on. It's something that you got to levitate, that's positive, that's not of that chaos, that's not of that mayhem. Like you gotta, like for me, it was my lady and my kids.
But not everyone
has that, right? It could be an uncle, it could be a what, but it got to make an impression on you. It got to make an impression on you because it's addictive, man. It's just like drugs. It's like no other, man. I had a slot, which means I was high in authority, and just coming and knowing that it's 50 people that I call shots over. It's and one of the ladies that out here I could mess with. I could take her to the house and get busy with her. You know what I'm saying? It gives you a rush, man, like no other. It's a drug. It's a drug. It's like no other. It's a drug. You go part of something, it give you that natural high, man. I can't, man. It's like no other to come from not being accepted to feeling that it's love. You know what I'm saying? Let's think about it, man. Just think about it. People that ain't never had nothing, and then you got something.
Yeah.
You don't want that to go away. You don't want it to go away.
That's sad. It's kind of hurtful because some people get so lost into it, and it takes someone that really loves you, wants you to be better, but you have to want it for yourself as well.
You absolutely does. Because, I mean, what happened is, like, it started putting a blind on you. And what's reality is no longer to you. So every day you live a Hollywood lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Every day you live like the rappers that you seeing on TV. They talking about popping Molly and chilling, and you doing this. You know exactly how I feel. You ain't got they status. You ain't got they on the money side, but you do have money. It's not to the magnitude of which they have, but you have money.
And fast money, quick
Fast money.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's not no, you got fast money, and by the way, you think that money ain't gonna never go away. You know what I'm saying? You got it's keep coming. It's keep coming. You got you got your picking of the little when it comes to the ladies. It's addictive, man. It's a drug. But you can come from underneath because I did. But you got to have something that's impressionable to you to make you want to stop. It could be a kid, you know what I'm saying? Someone had kids. Some guys had kids and they just like, man, they choose their family over the streets, which is the correct way. Man, yeah, it's crazy.
Is there any advice that you have for people who feel like there's no way out, they want to go out, or if they're thinking about going into gang, or just any advice for them?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. A man don't need no crowd. A man stand alone, man. He really don't need nobody to be a man. And all that's false anyway. They really don't love you how they portray they love you. They just going along with the motion. They really don't. I think a real young man or a man can do without, and that determine who the toughest. Like I beat myself up every day because people be thinking that they different, but you in a gang, you doing everything that's cliche that come along with being a black youth or a urban youth. You doing the exact same thing that everybody else doing. You know different. The difference is, and the power is, not joining, because that's showing everybody around you, I can stand alone. I can be the man. I could be a man without anybody, without all that false love, without all that false power. I could stand alone. And I know a couple of people that did that, and they inspired me because I was like, wow, you waste so much time. It's like you on a treadmill running, but you ain't going nowhere. You not going nowhere. So and plus you just stuck in the box where everybody wants you to be. Being that the upper people, they already say that we're gonna join the game and be dead by 21. We following along. You following along with the stigma. You following along with just what they saying. You making what they say reality. No, don't do that, man. Be better than that. Oh, we got a lot of potential, but we scared to tap into it. We scared to utilize our mind. We scared to be different because what other people might say. But be different.
Be yourself.
Different.
Be yourself.
Absolutely.
Because if you try to be someone you're not, you're gonna hurt yourself more. You know what I'm saying? And if you try to fit in, you're fitting into something that you don't belong in the first place.
Absolutely. It's covered in fatigue real well because you got people really thinking that they love them, but they don't. They don't love you, man. They'll be the first one to take a shot, man, at you. See, a lot of people they fake like they want to see you doing good, but they don't want you to be doing better than them. So, and that's the street, man. It's the real saying, man. You in a snake pit, man. Everybody for self. It's everybody for self. That love is not there, man. It's not there. And what end up happening is not being focused, not being on your purpose. It take you away from that. Your purpose, you scared to do it because you want all this fast money. You want all that. It's not real, man. It's a facade that can be changed at any moment. You know what I'm saying? Most people looking at the glamour. You ain't looking at shooting somebody and being having and going to court and a judge telling you got 50 years. You know what 50 years? Man, 50 years and you 17 and you get 50 years, you ain't getting out of jail till you 65. Your life is gone.
And it takes them being in jail to realize, like, damn, like, why I know it's all along, you know, when it's too late.
Exactly.
And then they come out, it's like,
They hate coming out. They 67. Okay, they'll give you parole. You got to do simple math. So you say, even if you say, okay, you 17, 18, they give you 20 years. You 37. When you close to 40, when you come on, you missing all that good life in between there with laying, eating horrible food, and really watching your life in there because you ain't got guns, and people shank and people get killed every day in prisons. So it's not like you safe in there. Like, people fight and get killed every day. Like, for example, people burn toothbrushes, scrape them against the wall, and get it in the shank just so me and you get into it. You didn't talk stuff to me down the cell, and you come out, we going to eat lunch, and I just come and stick a toothbrush right in your side. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like that. This real life, man.
And when you go to jail, and sometimes your same members that's with you are not even in jail with you, so they can't protect you, so you're just alone, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, 9 out of 10, when you get incarcerated, you're going to run to somebody you know, but it's really, it narrowed down. It show you just how it's every man for itself. Now you starting to see, like, you ain't for the, like, when you in a gang, like, they got a box. You know what I'm saying? When you come in, they help their gang members with, they'll give you this, but the government and all that then locked down. So now you can't really represent what you is, because if you do a gang sign or whatever, you can get more time, you can get put in said. So it's like, you see just how alone you really is. You know what I'm saying? When I got incarcerated, I wasn't scared, I was plugged, but my first night I cried like a baby, man, because my freedom. You getting told what to do. Hey, get up at this time. You got to go to bed at like 9 o'clock. People in the bed, right? People in their room and can't come out till tomorrow right now. That's incarcerated. You go to bed, you go in your cell at 8:30, 9 o'clock. You can't come out no more. And you can't eat until the next morning, unless you got some chips and stuff you buy off commissary. So you start it really wake you up. But like you stated earlier, it's too late. Now you in a situation. Now you in that predicament where it's too late, because the judge and already gave you 20, 30 years. These guys ain't gonna be there for you. And the girl that liked you because you had the money, she going to the next hot stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you just messed up all the way around the board.
I know we covered a lot of stuff, but what do you want people to take from this video? Like the most important thing, or just a few things they want to take from this video?
I want the youngins and the youth to live life living. I don't want them to feel like they got to be a part of something to be who they is. I want them to be able to say, he came from underneath it. I mean, that I don't have to do that. I don't need nobody to be a man. I could be a man alone. I could be a man alone, or I could be a woman alone, because there's a lot of ladies that be in and stuff too. So the thing of it is, man, you wasting so much time on false pretense. You just on the treadmill, you running, but you ain't going nowhere. So do you know how you got to get back out, or you get in a situation? First of all, you can't go everywhere you want to go when you're in the game, because you might
have territories and stuff.
Yeah. So that's one. The second one is you jeopardize the person that love you and telling you to stay off that. Them are gonna be the ones that's sending you money. Them the ones that's gonna be crying at your funeral. Them the ones, not them guys that's saying, "Oh, I love you, fool, I love you, G." Them ain't gonna be the one. It's gonna be your parents, man. I tell you from all, man. Look, I mean, your family is the one that's genuinely love you, because when when stuff get thick, that's them the ones who gonna be there. They're gonna be there. Myself, I want them. If I want them, be on your purpose, man. It ain't nothing like your mind is a magnet. I really do believe it. So whatever type of energy or thoughts that you have, that's what you attract to you. So it's like if you think positive, you think constructive, you think productive, that come to you. If you got a mindset and you think negative and you always feeling down, you always feeling sad, that's what comes to you. So your mind is a magnet. So for any of you that's looking at this, I want them to stay on their purpose and just do what they need to do. It'll come in the long run. The hard work gonna pay off. It's way more fulfilling than that quick, fast life. That fast life is
but
way
it does
better.
come to an end in jail or dead.
Well, I mean, I like to say this, and it's 3 things you can get being in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You can get rich. You can get rich. I mean, you can go to jail. You can die. You can get rich. The first 2 will hit you before the 3rd ever gets you, and that's the truth. You end up in jail or dead before you get rich. It's not too many people get rich out there in them streets. So, like I say, you can go to jail, meet death, or get rich. The first 2 gonna get you before the 3rd one hit you. Believe that.
That's deep. I like
That's
that.
believe
I'm gonna
that.
take that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna remember
believe
that. I'm gonna do
that.
that.
No, because it's the truth. It's the truth. You don't want to wait and you don't want to work for it and you want it quick. And you think you're going to get the money and the status like you seeing the rappers and all that get. No, the jail and death going to get you before you ever meet that money. Before you ever meet that money. Man, I wish I knew what I knew now, man. And I don't knock the guys that's out there lost and don't know no better. I don't knock them. Give them out of it, man. I don't knock them because it took a strong woman to have me, so I understand it, man. That's what I want them to take from it, man.
Honestly, I want to say thank you for coming out and doing this
no
with me.
problem.
This is amazing.
I
have learned a lot from this. There's a lot that I didn't know about being in gangs, honestly. So I want to say thank you for making me be more wiser on this topic and stuff. And thank you for sharing your story.
Oh, no problem.
Honestly,
I appreciate you. I like the positive energy you give out, the awareness that you're trying to bring to things far as that don't be paid attention to, like rape and gang activity. So that's good. So just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's
and you too, because you smart. You smart.
No,
Thank you so much.
I tell you, just keep going. People start seeing it and waking up. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing, girl.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, a lot to take from this video. I just want you to know if you're in someone who is in a gang, if you do need the help to get out or something, I will put some stuff in the description down below, and if it's okay with him, his information as well, to contact him if you want to talk to him. But just love yourself fully, know your worth, never settle for less, and just be content. Love yourself fully. Don't try to fit in somewhere you don't belong in the first place. Don't change who you are. So I hope people who's not even a gang take a lot from this. I learned a lot. Thank you, Keith, so much. This was really amazing.
Problem.
Thank you
No
so
problem.
much. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.